Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and remember to click that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way in the future. Anyway, as I normally would launch into an episode, I need to apologise for not being around for a few weeks. I made a conscious decision not to be involved in a video for these couple of weeks, as I needed to take stock of what's going on in and around my life. It's just one of those things that I have to do. No excuse otherwise. But now I'm back. New sense of vigour and importance, as we have a couple of things coming up this week, and also this video. So this is my first video back. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to catch up with the Super League. And it's the perfect time, as we're officially a third of the way through this Super League season. So let's go through each club one by one in what I'm calling the Held Dominance first third review. Place we have Wakefield Trinity. Optimistically, Wakefield started putting the building blocks in place for our off-the-field success, with the new commercially viable East Stand ongoing and a new hybrid pitch that to stem the cost of maintenance for the time. Though this has commented on multiple times, which has been a better source of attraction of opposition getting the mental side of the game in favour over the Be Well support team. Wakefield have been beaten in all 9 games, in which is a club Super League record, and only came close to a win at Salford but were beaten in Golden Point extra time. Since then, there were 2 defeats. The loss of the promising Corey Hall has seen the club drop. The changes recently in Innes Senior and Nathan Mason yet to change any of the fortunes for Wakefield, but boss Mark Applegaff is still optimistic of a change. 11th place, Hull FC. Tony Smith has come into the club with a few years of lean success. The last trophy was under Lee Radford, and the stock has dipped. Now he has been left from our next entry. Smith has had a couple of high-profile Aussies brought in, but I think the squad is still missing a piece of the puzzle. Will that be Jake Truman as he returns to the fold after a year-long layoff? They are still slipping down the league, but have 2 wins to their name, though that is of little comfort to the Black and White fans who felt the pain of a 40-0 loss at home to East Lowell rivals. Will Tony turn it around? 10th place, Castleford Tigers. Well, the season started off with Lee Radford in charge, but certain incidents have come into play that have caused Castleford's drop from grace. Radford's team have been overexposed due to incidents like the Joel Westerman one off the field, and also the performances. The returning Saints from Australia beat them to compound a few more incidences, and Andy Last took over from the resigning Lee Radford, who hopes to take over the job full-time after being interviewed this week. Hard-fought win against Leeds was one of their only successes, as well as a win against Wakefield, but their last 2 games have seen that win against Wakefield, but many defeats ever since. But can Andy Last be the man that changes the fortunes, or will they slip down? 9th place, Lee Leopards. Adrian Lam has overseen a great change of fortunes over the last couple of years for Lee, and it has worked wonders for the club. They go into this year's competition with a couple of wins over the Wakefield Trinity and Salford, and a defeat over Salford Red Devil, but have brought some much needed glitz and glamour to the Super League competition, as Super League look to improve the game experience. And Josh Charnley has been in excellent form with 12 tries so far in his 9 games. Lee will need that to continue, but the good times are being felt by the club, with excellent performances, especially ones against Saints, while their sorts of transfer acquisitions that the loan market has brought in for Lee has made Derek Beaumont a very happy man. Well, may it continue. 8th place, St Helens. St Helens, Paul Wellens has got a tough act to follow, as there have been 4 years of success, and it hasn't gone their way as Saints are sitting 8th at this moment in time. What can the Saints do but improve their performances after the derby defeat against Wigan and also Hull KR, seeing Saints slump to their current league position? Never mind that, the interest of wins against Hull, Huddersfield, which were closer than expected, and also rumours of players going down to Australia. Their recent loss to Hull KR showed that Saints are vulnerable, and also leave running rampant against St Helens. Is the World Club Challenge going to be their only success this year? Or is it just the fact that Christian Wolf has left and the Spectre is still there? 7th place, Huddersfield Giants. Huddersfield Giants have been going about their business but are below expectations, despite a couple of losses though. Ian Watson is a talented coach that still could make Huddersfield move back into the playoff position. Their place was hard last year. Could they repeat it? I'm not sure. They have done some good wins against Catalan and also a loss, I'm afraid, against Leeds Rhinos in recent weeks, but they have been in games. You saw the one against Wigan and also St Helens, as you saw there, losing by 2 points, but Huddersfield keep moving forward despite their recent loss at home away to Leeds Rhinos. Ian Watson said, "We feel we're going in the right direction, but we're missing a couple of major players who may be turning those tight losses into wins." Next, we have Leeds Rhinos in 6th place. Well, what can you say about Rowan Smith, last year's grand finalist coach? He may not got the big prize, but still, he's progressing. Leeds have been without a few key players during their time and suffered some early season misfortune, but they're all of a sudden coming together, even though it's been indifferent. But that man Nenny McDonald has been a bright spark. Leeds have won the last 2 games in succession and seen themselves pushed up the table, and to the delight of players, there are some players coming back and in form to bring smiles onto Leeds players and Leeds fans alike. We still weren't great, but we've got plenty in us. We're probably a better defensive team than an attacking one at the moment, said Rowan Smith after the last game. 5th place, Salford Red Devils. Salford's Paul Rowley has brought a brand of rugby league to evolve Salford over the last couple of years. In the last 3 years, 1 defeating 3. They've good wins against Castleford and Lee Leopards, but a loss against Huddersfield Giants saw them earlier in the month drop down the league. But players are starting to come to form, with Shane Wright doing the business against Castleford and Matt Sneed leading the team with his accurate kicking. It's one thing that Paul Rowley wants. Tal Dupree's form has also seen him picked for the England squad. And Brodie Croft just keeps going on and on as a star in Super League. But Tim Life-Isaac's missing has been detracted from the Salford performances. They need him back because they are vulnerable at that point. 4th place, Catalan's Dragons. Bernard Gouach's experience of being a business leader has saw Catalan's profile boost all over France and in Spain. And Steve McNamara may be trying his best to get the most out of teams, as well as bring through French players for the national team and quality for Catalan's Dragons. Despite this, they have been in different form. The last 2 games they've actually lost after being unbeaten. But good results at Wigan in that game, which had terrible weather, saw them climb up the table. Then the TV game against Leeds came about, and that seems to set about 3 defeats in a row. This one against Warrington at home was definitely a source of inspiration. He says Steve McNamara said he's proud of the group as he's ever been tonight. We finished the game tired against Leeds. but Hull KR are next on the list. Willie Peters has done wonders with the club. Absolutely fantastic play from a side that opened up the year with a win, which last year they lost against Wigan Warriors. Sean Kenny-Dowell has been fantastic as the leader of the team, but has been missing in the last few games. Couple of games though, the magnificent win against Hull FC and also St Helens saw them trudge up the table into that third place, and players like Jordan Abdul are playing to form and should be on the cusp of an England call-up. Mikey Lewis has got the call-up into the latest England squad, which is undoubtedly a plus side for him. The likes of Corey Hall coming in seems that the recruitment side of Hull KR is in fashion as well, doing really well. Second place, Wigan Warriors. 2 defeats to Wigan Warriors, like I said, the one to Hull KR in the first game of the season, and one against Catalans, has seen Matty Peate's side be a bit inconsistent this year, but that inconsistency and the solid base still sees them in second place. Absolutely poor against Warrington Wolves, 13 points to 6, and also the Good Friday win against St Helens. So, bumper crowd push Wigan Warriors over the top. They'll still need that support. They got some lucky decisions against Warrington. Injuries are creeping in, like the ones to Mike Cooper against Saints, and also before that, a talisman to be fair, Jai Fields losing out at Lee with a hamstring injury. Can they survive without this strength? We don't know. And finally, first place Warrington Wolves. Daryl Powell's men have been fantastic this year. He has identified what type of players he wants to sign, and he has done. Despite a big signing leaving. Don't get me wrong, 8 wins from 9 have seen Wire top the table, and people like Matty Russell coming back into the fold, and Paul Vaughan being a talisman for the team. Big force has definitely helped them along. The loss of Thomas McKaylee just before the last 2 games, him going back to Australia, has seen some very credible performances, but enough to worry Warrior fans. And close one against Catalan in France, and that war against Wigan. Can they stay at the top of the table? One loss hasn't seen them drop out of it. Wonder what. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as we always put out a video when we can, and also click that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way in the near future. Tell me what your thoughts are on the episode in the comment section below, as there's a lot to go through. And do you think that the Super League season will continue at this pace? In some fantastic games, wars basically on the pitch, and quality rugby league. I've been enjoying the Super League this year as just a watcher in my period off. I have been watching. Yes, my team has been benefiting, but at this time I'd rather watch the entire of the product. You do notice a bit of lower quality down at the bottom with the uncertainty with Wakefield and Castleford. Otherwise, and Hull to an extent. Otherwise, all the other teams have been putting their lives on the line just to play the sport, and I praise them for it. Thank you so much for being my entertainment. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide, and I'll end the episode as I always do by wishing you all the very best. So please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.